Well, tonight, residents in Baraboo expressed concerns to city leaders about an operational referendum that will raise taxes on homeowners.
WMTV's Cameron Kelly gives us an inside look at the meeting.
On November 5th, Baraboo voters will decide if they support a $2 million annual increase in the property tax levy for the city's operational services.
It is a yes or no question.
If majority of residents vote yes, City Administrator John Young says Baraboo will be able to maintain its current level of services like staffing and snow removal.
If they are a property owner that has, for example, a home valued at $200,000, it would be a little over an additional $400 per month. Or not per month, but annually to the property tax bill.
Some property owners tell me they are leaning toward voting no. They're skeptical because there is no end to when they would stop funding these costs.
We realize that this is not a necessarily an easy decision to make for many property owners.
During the meeting, the city shared cuts they have made and how they reallocated funds in the past. Voters expressed concerns, saying they wish the city had more of a solid plan. A question asked by most residents is, how is the city managing its funds? Young says referendums are not only happening in Baraboo.
Something that every municipality is struggling with based off of those levy limits that have been imposed and have been in place for approximately 15 years.
If you cannot make the next two sessions in October, the city has more information about the referendum online, along with recordings of the sessions. In Baraboo, Cameron Kelly, WMTV 15 News.